few folks on, Robin and Ronald. I know that you've provided your resumes, so I'd like to jump in and start working on them together. What do you say?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, Robin, we'll get going, and Ronald, you're up next. So I am going to share my screen with everybody, and let's just get into it. So Robin, so tell us, you'll see your resume in just a second here, but tell us a little bit about what you're working on.
Well, I'm looking for a law-related job. I've worked in the county government for judges, and I currently work in intellectual property. And so I'm kind of looking for something that would be like a paralegal type position or something associated with the legal field.
Okay. Well, great. Well, we are here looking at your resume, and I am excited to hear, Brenda, what your thoughts are, and what do you see up front that you would recommend we start working on?
Well, the first thing that I would change about this resume is the objective statement. Objective statements are kind of a dinosaur at this point. What you really want to put up here is a summary statement about who you are and what you offer. Because right now, the first thing a company is going to see is that you want something from them. So that's not going to help you so much. You know, you want to show them what you are going to do for them. So who are you? How do you summarize your skills and your strengths? And this top section is also a great place to give a little bit of a sense of that. I don't know if we want to call it personality or here but to convey who you are, and maybe a little bit of a sense of your narrative. The other thing is that this is a very long skill summary, and usually when a hiring manager sees a skills summary that takes up an entire page, it's a red flag to them that you're trying to hide something. And I don't think there is that much that you need to hide. I mean, you're in a paralegal position now, and you're looking for, a similar position. So I don't know that you need this skill summary at all. I think some of these things might wrap into a cover letter. You can have a short skills summary that takes maybe 4 lines, like skills summary, and then just list quick skills. I realize these things are more soft skills than hard skills, but you could put some of your hard skills up in a summary like that.
Fantastic. I just want to hear your response so far, Robin.
Yeah.
I think this is great because, I think somebody helped me with my resume probably like 12 years ago. And I knew that it needed some help. I just wasn't sure where. So this is fantastic. I really appreciate this.
Robin, I want you to take advantage of it right now, because you just that first part, the summary, and just tell us, what is it that you do? And go back, watch the recording, and write down what you say. And I think you'll get so just tell us a little bit about you.
I mean, well, I kind of struggle with that because, I guess if I were to sum it up, I feel like I have a very solid foundation in customer service type skills because of how I started working. And then I went to college, and now I have, strong legal skills because of my vast variety of legal jobs that I've held. So, but I don't know, I would have to really work on summarizing that so that it didn't sound terrible.
Any thoughts, Dr. Medlock?
A couple of things. So one of the questions that I would have for you, Robin, on this is what's missing here, and I think is what Brenda was getting at. What's the position you're really looking for? Because part of what you want to do in your professional summary is signal that right from the start. So when you describe yourself, you want to use the key words that relate to the role you're applying for so that they read it and they say, oh, good, she's already doing what it is we need. She's a person who's in the right bucket for what we're looking for, particularly when you've got HR making a sort between, does this resume go in the yes, we want to interview or the no pile? So you want to match what you're looking for as much as possible. And to Brenda's point, that may mean you do a slightly different resume with if you've got campaigns where you're doing 3 or 4 different industries or areas or roles, you're going to slightly modify that. But that professional summary really needs to convey the roles you are going to fulfill. And the other thing that I like, and I'd also like your comments on this, Brenda, is there's something that I call a puff resume, when it's about kind of these flowery words about who I am, but there's no substance to it. So sometimes what I like to see is a roll up of a summary statement of what the outcomes you've created or results you've created in your life, not just a list of the responsibilities, but what's the difference you made in your career that you want to have leap out for this person, related exactly to the position you're looking for, as close as you can. So all of that needs to go into the professional summary, and that right now that's not there. So I wouldn't know where to put you in what bucket based on. In fact, you'd probably go in the not interview bucket based on the fact that I've got to go quite a ways before I even get to your work experience.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I will say paralegal resumes are kind of a different animal than a lot of others. And I know this mostly because I have a friend who's a paralegal, and she was kind enough to share her resume with me, which I just shared her summary statement. But while with almost every client, I really push results. With paralegals, it's a little bit different. It's harder to show results as a paralegal because you're really in a support role where you're not creating monetary results, or you don't know what results you're creating. You could say, you know, that the size of if you're working in trust and estates, you know, the size of the estates that you work with or something like that. But honestly, people are going to know just based on the name of your firm if you're handling big estates. So it is a little different with paralegals. It is the advice that I give almost everyone. Show your accomplishments, show me some results. It's a little different. So I just wanted to put that out there, Robin. And you're probably were there thinking like, but what am I going to ever put for a result? I'm a paralegal. And that is an appropriate response.
Well, and that makes sense. And I did recently apply for a job that was like a litigation investigator. And so I looked at my experience and I thought, you know, I've worked for a judge, so therefore I've dealt with a lot of litigation cases. I also worked for DCS where I was an investigator and assessment worker. So I know how to, you know, find information. And in my role as an intellectual property assistant with trademarks, I've done a lot of investigating to see like if something's still in use or whatever. So I felt like I had the background, but I could probably put that in the summary.
Yes. Bingo.
Yeah.
Yep. Experienced paralegal with this background.
Okay.
Whatever it is that's most relevant for that position. Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.